I told someone that I attend 10 churches and they shouted, 10? How? Which? Where? Why? Well, let me tell you how it all started. There was a season in my life when I was going through severe spiritual attacks. I couldn't sleep at night, and each time it's about to get dark, I'll start getting scared because I hated to sleep and I didn't want to experience bad dreams. The dreams were coming back to back, gunshots in the dream, seeing dead people jumping from high building, dying in car accidents, being in a building that would suddenly explode. And each time I wake up from this dream, I start feeling sick. Sometimes I faint. And when I went to the hospital, they said everything was fine. Then I went to meet my pastor in church, the church I attend, and he said to fast and pray. Guess what? The more I fasted, the more the attacks. So this leads me to the story of how I started my first church. I will tell you the story that led to the other night churches in my next and subsequent videos. So one day, I remember the conversation I had with a friend of mine, and she told me that she got engaged. And I also remember that previously, I think some days back, she told me that she just got an international job. And I said to her, what's the secret? And she said NSPPD. So that particular day, one thing that was ringing in my head was NSPPD. It's NSPPD. It's NSPPD. And then something said to me, just try this NSPPD. And I did. So the next day I logged in and I started the prayer. And guess what? That was the first time I was able to sleep. I slept like a baby that night. I was able to sleep for the first time after a long time of consistent nightmare. I kid you not, it was consistent, like back to back. But I noticed something. After some times, the bad dream started again. But this time, each time I wake up from the dream and I join NSPPD, I found out that Pastor Jerry had a way of mentioning those bad dreams, and he would cancel them. This man would cancel them from the bottom of his heart. He would cancel them. And after the prayer, there will be no sickness. There will be no physical manifestation of the bad dream. Yeah, it was such a huge relief, to be honest. But then it got to a point when I said to myself, this cannot continue. This bad dream cannot continue. No, it's not part of redemption package. And then I remember even Pastor Jerry would say during the church services that you need to have your own personal prayer life, you need to have your own personal word study life and all of that. You need to build yourself, build your faith. And then I said to myself, I think this is the solution to this problem. Dear brethren, listen and don't judge. My story is a very long and interesting one. So one day I stumbled on a man of God's Instagram posts. And guess what? This led me to my second church. I would tell